In today's episode, we talk about knitting, sewing, work, Vlogtober, and vintage houses, and anything else that comes to mind. Hello everyone, and welcome to Arthelia's Vintage and Handmade. My name is Naomi, and this is my YouTube channel all about sewing, crochet, knitting, vintage, you name it, it's here if it's vintage. It's actually been a little while since I did a video, so this one is going to be podcast form since I've only done that one other time, and since I have so much to talk about and so much to catch up on in so many different areas, I thought this is the perfect opportunity to do episode 2. If this is your first time here, I'm really glad that you found my channel. This is a little bit of an unusual episode today because, like I said, it is podcast form, and normally what I do is individual videos on vintage hauls, sewing, knitting, separately that way, but since I have little bits of everything, this is what you're going to get today. I really hope you come back and check out some of the other videos at another time, and welcome back to all my followers, subscribers. I'm so happy you're here. We have reached another milestone. We are at over 200 subscribers. I think the last one I celebrated was 100, and here we are already at 2. I cannot thank you enough for subscribing and sharing and liking those videos and commenting. I enjoy reading your comments so much, and if I haven't gotten back to you, I promise I will. It's been quite hectic around here for the last few months, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. If I, fan myself, it's because I haven't been in my sewing room since I've been away. I mean, I've come up and I've put things in here, but I have had the AC off up here. I have a window unit in this upstairs of our house, and I've just had it off while we were away on vacation. And so it is pretty hot up here. It may be September 12th, but oh my goodness, we are still in 90 degrees. I'm ready for the cooler weather now. So we are expecting some cooler weather come the actual first day of fall. So hopefully it'll be right on time and we will not have a 4th Arkansas summer where it gets hot again right away. But enough about the weather. So I'm hot up here, so if you see me or if you hear the fan or the AC going, that's what it is. I'm sorry, but I can't not have it on. Okay, we were out of town. The last time I talked to you guys, I said we were going on a little vacation to East Coast, family trip. We went to go visit some family in Maryland and also in Pennsylvania, and briefly we were in New York. I had planned to do a little trip into Manhattan to the garment district, and I was going to go live, and if you guys were expecting that, I even specified the date. It did not happen. I am so sorry, but it wasn't because of my choice. It just did not work out. I was staying with family and things happened, and I did not get to go. So you weren't the only one that missed out on it. I didn't get to go either. So what will have to happen in the future is I will have to plan a trip to do that specifically, when it is not just a quick rush in, rush out kind of thing. I only spent a day and one night in New York. I was on Staten Island. So I did get to visit family though, and that's the most important part. I got to visit with my cousin and her little boy, who is also my cousin, Brendan. Hi Brendan. Brendan likes to watch my videos, so I'm happy to see you, Brendan, and it was nice seeing you this summer, and I hope get to see you again soon. But I wanted to give you a little shout out because I know you like to watch. And Brendan is starting 6th grade this year, so he's getting to be a big boy. Anyway, after there we went on to Pennsylvania. I got to visit with some family that I had not seen in a number of years. My cousin, who lives in upstate New York, came down to visit, and I have not seen him in 16 years. and wow, was that great. I was so happy to see him. And then when we were in DC, we were visiting family and staying there the majority of our time. I got to do little bits of fabric and yarn shopping, so I'll be sharing a little bit of that with you today, since I never get to show yarn hauls, and just a tiny bit of fabric. Okay, so the first stop I had made was, and I did not write down the name of the shop that I went to go get this first group of yarn, but this was fun. And if you follow me on my Instagram channel, I did a little stories video on there of me looking around in that yarn shop, and it was really fun. It was very nice, and I spent more money there than I probably would have fabric shopping. But I came across Hedgehog Fibers there, and I will post the name of the shop below, so if you're in the area, you can go there. It's a super nice shop, and their prices are very affordable. Hedgehog Fibers, which I have been wanting to try, from Ireland. I got this gorgeous sock yarn, Wool Winders. The shop is Wool Winders. It's on their tag. Yay! Okay, so if you're in the Maryland area, go to Wool Winders. Very nice. So I got this color, which is called Pod. Look at those greens and blues and bright splashes of orange. This is gorgeous. I don't know what this is going to end up being, but I got a little, oh my goodness, how am I forgetting what this is called? A mini. Oh my goodness, brain. Okay, so I got this mini skein to pair with it, which of course, is fabulous. This one is called Sin. Focus, not on me. There we go. It's a beautiful orange, and it's not solid. It's multi-tonal, but it's beautiful, and it pairs beautifully with this. And then the other colorway I got, another Hedgehog Fibers sock yarn in Gossip, which is primarily pink and purple, but it's got yellow and flecks of black and blue, and it's just gorgeous. I love it. It's a true Barbie pink in there. All those purples. Look at even a little bit of turquoise. Fantastic color. Really excited about these. Okay, focus back on me. Focus back on me. Hey! Okay. Alright, so that was what I got there. Oh, I also got these little cute stitch markers. They're wooden. They're by Katrinkles Sheep Stitch. Little wooden with little burned in sheep, because who doesn't need more stitch markers? And then I don't have it here. Oh yeah, actually I do. I think it's in my other bag. There's going to be a lot of popping around and everything. This is going to be a very chill video. I got this. I've been wanting to have a little balm, which is really good when you're knitting, because it helps keep the yarn running smoothly over your fingers, and you don't get it all like hung up sometimes if your fingers get dry or get a little sweaty. These little balms help. And this one is lavender mint, and it smells really good, and I've been using it. I started using it right away. It's got a little goat on the front right there, and this is by, I can't see. So if you guys have noticed, I have not been wearing my glasses, because I have finally, after several years of letting my eyes rest, got my contacts back. But as I get older, I also now need readers. So I can see for a distance with my contacts, but to read, I've got to have these. So this is called Anywhere Balm. It says you can use it anywhere on your body. It's made of pure beeswax, coconut oil, almond oil infused with organic calendula flowers and essential oils, and it smells really good. Love and leche, all natural. Okay, so enough about that. Off with the glasses so I can see you guys again. Let's see. And so when I was in Maryland, I also went into another yarn shop. This one am I gonna forget the name of? No, Knit Locally. This one is Knit Locally, and my sister-in-law actually knows the owner, and she was very sweet. This was another great yarn shop, and so I try to not pick out colors. I keep gravitating sometimes to the same colors all the time, but what I ended up getting was Stitched Together Yarn Studio in the color Pop Rocks. So this is kind of similar to the Hedgehog, but it's got this green. So it's like mint and pink, and then purple, speckles, blue, and then pale on this end. Here's the label. Yeah. So that's really gorgeous. And these are all sock yarns, except the next one I don't think is a sock. No, this is a sport weight. I bought it thinking it was sock, but it doesn't matter. I'll find something to make with it. This is by Lavender Loon. This one's also from Knit Locally. And this is Harvest Bubblegum. So it's another pink, but this one has brown in it. And yellow, gold. So that's a different kind of color for me. Oh man, it's hot up here. Oh, I feel like I'm sweating so much. And then I also grabbed another Xiaogu sock circular, 9-inch sock circular. I really like these. This is how I do my socks. And if I want to have more than one going, it's always good to have an extra. I use a 2.5 millimeter, which is a US 1.5. That's what I use to get the correct gauge for me and the way I knit. And then in PA, we were in a thrift store. I ended up grabbing some seam binding for 10 cents. Lace, white lace, you know, not much of anything, but it's there. It's 10 cents. You have to. And while we're on the subject of yarn, this is not from while I was away, but it did arrive shortly after I got home, so I'm going to head and show it to you, but it is in a crinkly bag, so hang on. Crinkle warning if you need to plug your ears. We'll grab it out quickly. This is my Homespun House sock set I got of the season 3 Stranger Things. These are one-of-a-kind sets. She does them once, but this is my first time getting Homespun House, and I have wanted them for a while. But this is the Stranger Things colorway for season 3. I'm sorry I missed out on the others had I known that they were sock sets, but I guess I wasn't into sock knitting at the time when Stranger Things first started, so oh well. But gorgeous. Excited to try this too. So I have quite the stash of all my pretty little luxury independent yarn company yarns, skeins right now. I hate to start them though because they're so beautiful and I really just love them the way they are, all skeined up. But that's it for yarn. That's it for knitting stuff. On to some sewing news. Okay, so while I was in Maryland, I did get to run into a yarn shop, and I'm going to grab my purchase here somewhere. Where did it go? It looks like it disappeared. Hang on 2 seconds. Okay, so since I didn't get to go to Garment District, we went to G Street Fabrics in Maryland. That's in Rockville. And they're pretty pricey. I did go live Instagram there, and I showed a lot of what they had and the prices, and there was some gorgeous silk taffetas that were beautiful, but $35 a yard, and I don't have anything specific that I need to make out of silk taffeta right now. So what I did get was in their remnant bin. This was just a silk novelty plaid. I think it's a little over a yard, and it's an orange, green, blue, black, primarily green and orange right there. Just a piece of silk, a little over a yard. I want to say maybe it's a yard and a half, I forget, but it was, I think, $8.97 for the piece. So that was about all I could afford there. I didn't want to spend a lot, knowing I have this hoard and I am not sewing through it by any fast pace at all. But this is a beautiful piece of silk that will make a nice little blouse at some point, and I will just add it to my stash for now until I decide. And that's all for the shopping stuff of yarn and fabric. I do have a little more sewing and yarn things to talk about, but I'll get back to that. In PA, we went, like I said, I went to a few thrift stores and antique malls. I did get, I'll show you, these just happened to be here in the bag that I had. I have more downstairs somewhere, things I put away. I got a beautiful hat, of course. Could it be me? Could it be me where I go away and I don't come home with a new hat? A 1940s straw with the, I'm not sure what these are called, moon hat maybe, or it's the kind where it's short in the back but then you have the wide front. Beautiful woven straw with a brown tan bow on it. I paid like $12 for it, I think, $10. It's gorgeous, and there was no way I was going to put it in a suitcase, so that baby got hand carried home on the plane. But here's a couple of the jewelry pieces I'll show you real quick that I picked up there. These were all like, you know, $1 and $2 and things I got. They were at the Hospital Auxiliary thrift store. So here's a little rhinestone pin, $2. And then I like this one a lot. This one's a little more delicate. It's a heart with like little baguette shaped stones and a pearl. That was like $2 also. This one is a little more mid-century 50s style. I really like this. Just plain silver. And this little bow, gold bow. I love bows, so we'll go pin, gold tone bow pin. And then the set of dangle clip back heart earrings. Let's just show you one. It kind of has that look of a locket, but it's not. It's just one solid piece, but it has a little pearl accents on it, and they're screw back. So I know they're definitely older. And those are really sweet. I like those. $2. So that's all I have up here right now. I will show some of the other things I got in another haul at another time, because there's other things I've picked up over the summer that have not been in a haul video, but we'll get to all that later. So let's talk a little bit more about sewing. No, let's skip that. One more thing on knitting and then we'll get into the sewing. I have a finished object. Oh goodness, when was the last time I had a finished object? Now granted, this still has to be blocked, but it's off the needles. This I finished primarily. I took this and worked on it while I was on vacation. I sorted out the issues that I had to go back and fix and figured out what my problem was. But this is my shawl that I was making, and of course I don't have the name of the pattern. 2/6. Okay, this is the Spindrift shawl by Helen Stewart. This was my first shawl, and it's going to look all scrunched up and everything. You're not going to be able to appreciate it until it's blocked, which I just haven't got a chance to do because my plate is full right now. But here it is. Look at that color. Look at the pooling, how pretty it is, how it streaks across. So it's solid knit through here, and then it goes into this lace pattern down here, which will open up once I block it. Here, let me see if I can stretch it out for you a little bit here so you can see it. It's not going to work too well, but it'll have all these little lacy openings. And then it has, I did the picot bind off. That was my first time doing that, which was not difficult at all. If you ever have questions on any kind of do a stitch, Little Pink Knits, YouTube, I love her tutorials. They're perfect. You can look up any little thing that you need to know how to do. Bam, it's on there. She explains everything so perfectly. So easy to follow. I love that channel. So that is my Spindrift shawl. It is done. It's just a little small shawl. This is my first, but I really like it, and I do have the larger one that I'm planning on making that I have bought the yarn for. That is, I'm looking over at my phone so I can give you the correct names of things. It's the one from, where is it? There it is. The Lysing by Skein Deer Knits. I have the yarn for that. That's going to be a little bit bigger shawl, but I really like it. I have the yarn for it, ready to go and everything. But this is nice, and it'll be just a little bit bigger once it's blocked. So I'm very pleased. I finally have a finished object. Hooray! And the colors are beautiful. I think this was a great choice to do with this yarn, since I bought it thinking it was sock, and it wasn't. Did not have any nylon in it, so that worked out just great. And how much did I have left out of my one skein? Just that. So worked out pretty well, and this will go into my scrappy blanket once I start that, which I have not yet. I'm going to do a granny stripe with all of my fingerings like this and see what we get there. And now, okay, officially that's it for the yarny stuff. Back, like I was saying, to sewing. So what am I wearing? The Popover dress. I finished it. That's another finished object for me. Woohoo! I actually finished 2 things this summer. Wow. I had a whole lot more on my list to do, but this is all I managed to get done. But I did finish this right before I went away because I wanted to wear it. It is the kitty print. I had such a challenge with getting this laid out. I did not have enough yarn. I did not have enough fabric for this, but I was managed through to get more. I ended up my own Joann's fabric. This is a Joann's print. Did not have any more in stock. I ordered some from Etsy, I think it was, and then I still didn't have enough to lay it out correctly. I don't know what that was about. I don't know why that was, but I finally ended up getting more through Joann's. They had to order it from another store. I think it ended up coming from Wyoming. How Wyoming is in Arkansas's district to ship through, I don't know, but I got my kitty print because there was no way I was going to give up on this dress in this print to do it the way I wanted. So I finished it, and I did the, let me scoot forward, I did the ties and the pockets in the vintage red and white stripe fabric that I mentioned I was going to do, and I cut them on the angle so the stripes go this way. I'm going to stand up so you can see some more of it. So here it is. I'm wearing it with the red elastic belt to match, and here's the pockets, cute flat pockets. These are really nice. I really like them, and I did these also on stripe. I angled the pocket in this direction and then the flap on that direction to add interest. And when I stitched these down, I didn't totally love, I wasn't taking my time and stitching really neatly, and I did not like the flip up of the edge of the fabric because I didn't stitch close enough to the edge. So what I did is, since my new machine has all these decorative stitches, I just chose one. And I've got like these little blocks of stitching, if you can see. So I just did this little accent to cover the entire edge, and I think it looks good, and I've actually had compliments on that. So that's what I did for this. Now, as far as the pattern goes, I think the top is a little bit big on me. It comes down lower than I would like. It feels fine when I first put it on, but as I'm moving around and everything, you keep getting little, you know, peaks of my bra and stuff like that, which is just not right. And it could stand to be just a little tighter through here. It's not bad here, but in order to raise this without you know, going like this. I think I would make the bust a little bit smaller and grade down. I don't know, maybe I don't even have to grade down, but I would just make it a size smaller. The size I used, oh goodness, if I can remember. Let me look here. I'm looking at the book real quick here. Okay, here's the sizing. I think I did a 12. Let's see. Bust 45. It's a chemise. No. Popover Dress, size 10, is a 48.5 bust, 57 waist. Maybe I did that, so maybe I would do a 8. When I traced this off, I wrote the, well, maybe that's my pattern piece over there. Let me grab that real quick. Yes, okay. I did it in a size 12. So that's a 59.5 inch bust. I don't, no, excuse me, waist. Bust is 50.5 inch bust. So I really, for a 40, I should have done a 10 or even an 8. But I think a 10 would probably be enough. I did a 12. So that would have been, yeah, 48.5 inch bust. Why did I not choose that one to begin with? I don't know. Very strange. Because that's closer to my measurements than a 50 inch bust. I don't know why I would choose that. I should have done a 10. So, my mistake. And I'm also having trouble with the facing constantly flipping out. My stitch line for the facing is right here. And as you can see, it's like, it's popping out. So, I don't remember if it's in the directions that you're supposed to like stitch that, top stitch that. It may have been, and I, you know, was such a hurry to get this done that I missed it. But even if it's not, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to top stitch that. That will keep it laying flat and it won't be a problem anymore. All in all, this is a great pattern. It's really very simple. Just, you know, making sure you get the right size, what you need. I can wear this, it's not a problem at all. I've worn it several times already. But I just need, make it a size smaller the next time I do it. And I think I want to try that ruched waist one. I think that'll be really pretty. But I've got other projects to do first. But no complaints as far as this dress goes otherwise. I don't think the fitting issues have to do with it being a bad pattern. I think I just made the wrong size. I'm always thinking I need bigger, and then my top is not quite as big as I think. But that aside, that's another finished object for me, so thank goodness for that. Okay, one more thing to talk about for sewing. This is a plan. I have got to get this done by the beginning of October, so there is going to be no messing around. This is for an event, a work event that I have attended. This will be my 4th year attending with my boss and the other ladies I work with. It is an award ceremony that we have been nominated, that is run by the local newspaper. The area, our customers and people in the area get to vote on their favorite businesses in town and other things that pertain to the town, and it's called the Best of the Best. And this is our fourth year. This is our 4th year to be nominated. We have won the past 2 years as Best Antique Mall, and we have won last year in the category of Best Coins and Collectibles. This year we are nominated in 3 categories: Best Antique Mall, Coins and Collectibles, and Best Outdoor Furniture, because we have a fabulous selection of all that great vintage outdoor furniture for the spring and summer when the seasons come around. Oh, and Belle Star, for those that are new and watching and don't know where I work, Belle Star Antiques, downtown Fort Smith, Arkansas. Check us out online, follow our Instagram, Facebook. So anyway, this is kind of a gala event. We go for dinner like you would in awards, and everybody gets all dressed up. So this year I have decided to go 1940s, since I kind of have stuck in the 50s the last couple of events that we've gone to. And I'll pop in over here, I will pop in a couple of photos of us in the last couple of years. And this is my pattern that I've chosen. This is Simplicity. It says, let's see, this is the counter copy, so it's D0576. Inside, I believe it has the real 8249. Simplicity 8249. This was from a couple of years ago. I don't know how I missed this one being out, but I did not have this in my stash, and I had to go find it on Etsy, because how did I not have this? Maybe I thought it's formal, I don't need it, but this is exactly the kind of dress I had in mind. I'm gonna do this version, of course, right here. Short sleeves. It's got this gathered tie on the side. I'm going to order, I have picked out, I will insert a photo because I haven't ordered it yet, ordering it tomorrow. Green satin with a rose embossed print, and that I have to get done for the event, which is Friday, October 3rd. And since that's on Vlogtober, I will have to take you with me to the awards. Won't it be fun? And I had planned on purchasing this beautiful little gem to go with my gown, but the vendor was so kind and actually gifted it to me. It is a, I don't know, 1930s celluloid comb with green crystals. I love this so much. It's missing just a couple of the stones, but that's no big deal. But I plan on doing my hair, victory rolls, something like that, and putting this in it, and then the green gown. And I think this is going to be fun, and hopefully we will come home with the awards again. But I'm really excited, and that is my plan for sewing for the rest of this month. So this fabric had better come in really fast so I can get cutting and sewing and get this done, because I got a deadline. What else is new? Do I ever not sew on a deadline? That would be so nice. And since we've come back, after we came back, my boss went on vacation, and so she's been gone for a while, and she's back now. But what that meant for me was more hours at work and less hours to do any kind of stuff here for the vlog or anything like that. But now that's passed, I have a big project at home that I'm going to be working on, and I hope maybe it's something you would be interested in, because of course it's vintage inspired. So why would you not be interested? This channel is all about vintage, so that includes a vintage home. Our house was built, we don't know the exact date, but based on some features that the house has, we think it's about 1910. So this house is over 100 years old. It is a Queen Anne cottage style, but it has been altered, and a lot of things have disappeared over the years, as far as having been, you know, slightly renovated here and there, and certain features disappeared. I think there had been originally a window on my front porch, because when I see other houses in town that look like my house, they all have a window on the porch. And I currently have a closet that contains our AC heating unit, and where it was installed, because of course the house didn't have central air in 1910. All that was put in. So I think what they did is, where they built that closet, they put, you know, closed up the window and things like that, where it would have made my entryway much bigger. None of that really matters with what I'm doing, but just talking about the house in general. The way we currently have our house set up is, when you come in the front door, and we have a room that originally is supposedly called a bedroom when you buy it. We use it like as our family room den, and then to your left we have a formal living room, followed by the dining room, kitchen in the back. So my son and I are planning on doing a project where we redo a lot of that, because it's been a number of years since we first did set up these rooms the way they are. This is the layout that the past owners had, and we're stuck with it. But that's all going to change. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take you downstairs right now, and I am going to show you what it looks like now, because come October I am going to be doing Vlogtober, and since most of this work is going to be done toward the end of this month and into October, I am going to be doing daily vlogging, and I am going to let you see what I do and what my ideas are, but I want you to see how it looks now. And it's totally a chaotic mess because we've already started dismantling a lot of things, but let's go downstairs and take a peek and see what that looks like. Okay folks, so here we are at my front door. This is our little entry area, and I'm going to flip you around and give you a little quick tour so you can see what it is we're going to be doing and how it looks now. And like I said, everything is in a turmoil because I have pulled things out and I'm sorting and moving furniture around, so it's a mess, but you will see the general idea, the layout of the rooms, and how things are right now. So here we go, let's flip around. Okay, so this is to my left. This is our quote-unquote formal living room. I currently have had this room as a very 1940s kind of vibe. Let me flip the light on here for you so you can see a little bit better. It is painted red. This is the original color. I have not done anything to this room since we moved in. This is the original paint it was. There's furniture in here that doesn't belong. That's from the other room. But we have had, like this pink chair. So I've recently moved my bookcase. Over here I have my doll collection in the cabinet. We've got a little electric fireplace that I recently moved. So there's no real window coverings. I have to do some maintenance on the window. But that's basically the room that we have there. So back near the front door again, this is our little entry. Hey, there's me. This is an old mirror that had belonged to my grandmother and my great-grandmother, so I have that right there. I need to get a new something for below that. This is a grandfather style clock that was made for me by my father-in-law, and I've just moved that in here from another room, so that has a new home. So this is the current den type slash TV room, family room, whatever you want to call it, situation where we have computers and family time and hang out and watch movies. I have always had these built-in style. They're not genuine built-ins as far as like to the original architecture of the house, but they're shelves that the previous owners had put up, and I like the idea because I have tons of collectibles and things, and I just made use of them over the years. So all of this is going to go away. Barbies and things that I have left, I have like Barbies that were the same ones that I had when I was a kid growing up. My husband has his bookshelf and his Star Wars collection, things like that over here. Our television, we have had all our DVDs and things over here. Desk, vintage desk with computer over here. One of my favorite pictures. And my favorite lamps, my hay wake furniture. So this is all jumbled up. We have an area rug in here right now, but we are also in the process of stripping down the floor of the old carpet. You can see some of it there. We stopped when we changed our plan and I got busy with work. But there's the old carpeting that is coming up, and this is the hardwood that is underneath, which will need to be refinished. So we are taking down all these shelves. There's another family mirror over there. The mirror will stay. This room is going to be repainted, and this room is going to become our dining room. We make a left here, and we go into what is currently our dining room and the biggest mess. And as you can see, there's a large entry right through here back to the formal living room is right there, so it just circles around. This room is a very dark green, and it has this wallpaper that I have really liked and enjoyed since we bought the house, but it's time to go. And the last remaining popcorn ceiling is up there. That is ready to go. That is going to be stripped. We're going to get rid of this plate rail. That's all going to go. We have these gorgeous 3 windows paired together, so we will have plenty of light in this room. This is now going to become the new family room den. I have things I'm pulling out that I have to put away. I have my china cabinet over here that was my grandmother's. My husband's books and things will go on this new mid-century shelf that I have purchased. I have my old dresser that is going to be refinished and will become our new TV, DVD stand and storage. My mother-in-law's china cabinet will go into the dining room, of course. And all this will go away. So, as you see it right now, it is this big green mess. My dining room table is all covered with stuff because I am, you know, pulling it all out. I have the little buffet over here, which will go to the dining room. So yeah, this is the plan. This will become the new family room. And I want to show you what we do and how we get rid of all of this. We're going to get a new light fixture up there, a new fan. New light fixture will go also in this room. I have a beautiful pendant light picked out that will go over the dining room table. And I am doing these rooms in mid-century and early vintage colors. I'm going to get from Benjamin Moore. The dining room will go from the turquoise to a nice creamy color that is from the 1930s, a vintage color. And this room is going to become coral. So stay tuned for the process and what is going to go on through Vlogtober. I hope you come back and watch. Well guys, we're back upstairs. I hope you enjoyed that little tour of my chaotic mess that I have downstairs. I promise it's not always like that. It's completely torn up because I'm getting new furniture pieces in and I have to do one room, flip it, and do the other room. So the current dining room slash what will become the family room, the green room down there, that is going to be the first one we work on so we can have our family room back immediately, move the dining room stuff out, get the other stuff in, and do the other room. So we have our work cut out for us, but I think it is going to be fun, and it is all going to be mid-century styled, very 1950s, at least the best I can come up with. Some things are older than the 50s that I have, but because they're family pieces, I don't want to part with them because I love them. And besides, people in the 50s, they still had a lot of their stuff from earlier generations. They did not get rid of them right away. I think that's a concept that we forget sometimes because everybody is like, this is outdated. This is outdated. We need to upgrade. They didn't do that. They made do with what they had, and if it was still serviceable and it was good, that's what they had. That's what they used. So I may change paint colors and the vibe and the decorations and things to give it more of a 50s feel, but in my 1910 home, we embrace a lot of the centuries. Anyway, that's all I have for today. I'm pretty sure I covered at least, you know, as much as I can in this episode, and it was all over the place. I hope you don't mind that too much, but trying to get back in gear here, and there's so much going on. I thought this would be the simplest way to let you guys know what has been going on, where I've been, what I've been up to, and what new plans are to come. Again, I thank you so much to all my subscribers. Let's march on to 300, see how long it takes us to get there. If you're new here and you like what you see, please give this video a like and hit that subscribe button. You never know what we're going to do around here. could be mishmash like today, or it could be a very structured sewing video, or it could be a vintage haul. I will see you soon. Bye. Welcome. I'm so glad you found my channel. Normally this video needs... Would you stop tap dancing? Lay down. Lay down. Lay down.